y'all, this is Ty. I am here to review. Y'all know what I'm here to review. Episode 21 of Tyler Perry's comedy, drama, soap opera, The Oval. This is the 21st episode. I mean, we getting there. I heard there's 3 episodes left, so I got to give a shout out to all of you who have been holding me down. 21 episodes strong in this review. Y'all been following this, me reviewing this show, which is because of you that I'm reviewing it, because I did it and I said I was just going to do it maybe once or twice. And then I looked down in the comment section and y'all were gassing me up. Ty, keep reviewing it. We love it. We love it. We love it. So it's because of you that I kept it going, and I'm into the show. So I do the reviews. I do them for you guys, and I'm having a blast doing it. So shout outs to you. Simply Be Yourself 100, Deshaun Jenkins, Francesca Richards, June BLC, Miss Always Blessed, DB, LR Turner, Deneen Henderson, Tia Divine, Atif, Miss Tasha, M. Jean Goodwin, the RC Koger, Penny, and if there's anybody I left off, I'm sorry, I apologize, but shout outs to you. I love you anyway. Thank you for your support. I'll give you a shout out in the next video. All right, let's get right down to it. We wanted to know, was Yuma, it's Yuma, right? It's not Uma. Was Yuma dead? And I think it was Deshaun who put in the comment section that he didn't think she was dead. You are right, she's not dead, but she might as well be, or she's about to be, because Kyle is mopping the floor with her. He shot her in the leg when she went into Denise's Pieces boutique, snooping around, looking in there. He shot her in the legs. She's crawling around, and he grabs her, and he's using her like a human mop or something, just mopping the floor with her, dragging her all over the floor. She's trying to get away from him. She's trying to call for help. He gets on top of her. He tells her, submit. He's just really, really humiliating her. And then Yuma tries to do this. She tries to manipulate him and say something like, oh, well, what did she say exactly? She said, oh, the FBI is coming. I was dealing with the FBI and DOJ. They're all involved. They're on their way. He knows better. He knows that it's just her and Max. So he's like, yeah, okay, right, whatever. So he's got her, and I'm like, is he going to kill her? And is he going to lure Max down here to the boutique as well? So that was crazy. Then we mosey on down, and we see that Gail wants to be emancipated, and she did it. She reached out to this lawyer. We saw that last week. His name is Brian Winters. He sends her a document. She electronically signed that document, releasing stuff, and she's telling it all. She's telling all the family business, and I'm like, ooh, you in trouble. You in trouble, Gail. Your mother's crazy. That's what I kept saying, is your mama is crazy. Your mama's going to get you. You know you ain't supposed to be telling the family business. Ooh, you in trouble. You putting our business out here in the street. You in trouble. You are in. Y'all know that. You know you don't tell your family business. You know mama don't like that. Your mama don't like that. She's telling it all. She said, yeah, they be in here fighting each other. It's nothing like what you think. My brother, he's a loser. Like, she was just going in. She was like, and then she started lying. And, I was raped and they ain't do nothing about it. I said, see, there she go with the lies. She started lying, talking about that. And he was eating this up, which he looked like one of those sleazy 2-bit lawyers anyway. So he sees this as this big opportunity. And it gets to the press secretary, and she's not feeling this at all. And when he calls her and tells her what he knows, she's like, you might want to hold off on going to the judge, for your career. He's like, are you threatening me? Yes, she's threatening you. But that was good. I was like, yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. Meanwhile, down to the pharmacy, Kareem's pharmacy, here comes, he's in there with Sharon, and here comes Sam, the Secret Service man. And Sam is like, hey, I'm Sam. I want to talk to you. And he's trying to convince Kareem to not press charges on on Barry. To not press charges on Barry. Drop the charges, because as we know, Barry saw him banging out Sharon in the pharmacy. And Barry flipped out and drove his car through the pharmacy, causing damage. Kareem is not trying to hear that. He's like, listen, secret agent, man, secret service, man, listen, I don't care who you are. No, 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 no. And I thought that was a bad move, especially when Sam said to him, you do a favor for me, I'll do a favor for you down the line. So basically, if you're good to mama, mama's good to you. Same thing. That's basically what he was saying. But this foolish Kareem didn't see it that way. He's just mad. He's like, no, no, no. Listen, Mr. Secret Service, take your Secret Service and get going. Get on out of my store. I'm still pressing charges because that was wrong what he did. So, speaking of Barry, we don't see Barry. I know, guys, we don't see. I know how y'all love Barry, but we don't see Barry in this episode. And but we see his mama. Y'all know y'all love Miss Nancy and Richard, and you know she's doing her. Oh Lord, she does that in every episode that she's in. She's always, she's always like that. You gotta love Miss Nancy. So anyway, Richard is hobbling around the hospital. And she catches him up out of bed, and she's like, what are you doing out of bed? He said he went to the bathroom. She told him, listen, you better use the bedpan. You got to get some rest. But he's worried about Barry, and he wants to go speak to Barry and tell Barry not to speak to the police. And he says something about, where's Sam, yada, yada, yada. And in walks Sam. Now, Sam lets him know. He basically says to him, he says, listen, your son is fine. They might do bail for him. He said, there's an issue. The issue has been, the only issue is that the whole pharmacy issue still. But as far as killing Ruth, that's not Ruth. That was another body. The blood on the knife belonged to an animal or something. It's pig's blood or something like that. It's not so that. And then it was like, well, what about the gun thing? He said, well, we found someone to take the blame for that. And that triggered Miss Nancy. What? You gonna let somebody else take the blame? That, you know, she did it in her fashion. You gonna let, and then they revealed that somebody else is Picky. And you know, Picky is Nancy's nephew, her sister's son. So she's like, y'all want to do this to Picky? And so Richard was like, listen, Picky done killed a lot of people and did a lot of bad things. She's like, yeah, but that's my nephew. That's my nephew. And Picky's dead? When was you going to tell me Picky's dead? So now I'm trying to figure out the timeline, guys, and y'all help me. How long has Picky been dead? And she doesn't know. And does Picky have parents? Do that mean that the parents know that Picky's dead? I don't think no. So nobody knew Picky was dead, like in his family? So I'm like, okay, so maybe we're going to get a funeral for Picky like I want. Because I want a funeral for Picky so somebody could, Tamla Man can guest star and sing Take Me to the King or something. That's what I'm looking for. But anyway, she's pissed off. Miss Nancy was not happy about that, and we see her storm on off because she didn't like that at all. She was not pleased. She didn't like it. She was upset. You're going to do this. That is not how I told my son. I didn't teach him to be like that. So Richard's like, baby, listen, I could have, we both had our hands on that gun, but Nancy's not feeling it. She doesn't like that scenario at all, especially you're going to put the blame on my nephew, Picky. Yeah, she wasn't feeling that. Let's see what else happened. Let's go on to Mr. President and this sexy little aide, the lady in red. She had a little red dress on, a little sexy red dress on. She has caught the president's eye, and he's down there asking all types of questions and all of this. Meanwhile, the press secretary has called an emergency meeting, and she storms into Donald's office, and she's like, I need to see you now. We need to do this. We got to go to the Oval right now. So they also send for the First Lady. So the First Lady goes down there too, and she sees Lady in Red. What's her name? Ellie? Cute girl. Sees Ellie in there, and she's like, what are you doing in here alone with him? And she's like, oh, the president. He's like, hush your mouth. Don't say nothing. And so This was a funny scene because she said to him, the first lady said to him, she said, "You are the dumbest." You know, she called him dumb and whatever names. And he said, she said, this is what I wrote this one down. She says, "Does she know that you will get high and decapitate a bitch?" That was funny. I thought that was funny when she said that to him. And, you know, she was like, she was pissed off. But this first lady is so rude and nasty. Look how somebody needs to punch her in her face. The way she talks to these people, the way she was rude to that press secretary. She told her, "What are we down here for? Speak, bitch." I'm like, come on. You don't have to talk to people like that. She's so nasty. And then that whole thing, may we have permission to sit and all this stuff. She's just rude. She was rude to them. She was rude to Donald. She was rude to the maid. She's just out of hand, totally out of hand. So she's saying she'll handle this because they let her know that Gail has leaked information. And they're like, how did this even get out? This is the worst staff. And she storms off. And Mr. President, he don't seem to care. He's like, listen, I need a new press secretary because that one is fat. There was nothing fat about that press secretary. He just want the little cute lady in red. Lady in red. He want her. He want to do some things with that pretty young thing. And now while they're in there, I noticed that the press secretary picked up, I was like, what is that? She picked up and put in her folder when she walked out. And then she called the aide over to her office and said, "Pull up your dress." She was like, "What? Pull up your dress." I guess she wanted to see if she had panties on. And she's accusing the aide of getting it on with the president in the Oval. And she's like, "Are these your panties right here?" And I was like, oh, that's what she picked up. She's like, "Are these your panties? I'm going to have these panties sent for DNA sample." And I was like, okay, so don't you got to get some DNA off of her first to match it? Yeah, okay. But she says, we're going to test it out and see if that's your panties or not, and why is your lipstick smeared? And the girl was like, "Nah, I didn't do anything." I don't think she did anything. She didn't do anything. I wonder whose panties those are. How many women does he have? He's probably sleeping with a bunch of different girls. But who knows? Or maybe it was Denise's. Maybe they did it in the Oval at one point. Who knows? We'll find that out, I guess. And the press secretary tells her, if it comes out that these are your panties, you're fired. I'm like, little do you know, you about to be fired because the president wants you to be replaced because you're fat, even though we know you're not fat. That ain't why he wants you replaced. He wants you replaced because he wants somebody he can sleep with. Just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Kyle is so slick. Kyle tells Max, he goes to Max, he says, listen, the president was high. He had his little side piece over here. She gave him drugs. And I think when he got high, he accidentally killed Denise. But you got to help me. I'm working with the DOG, and we're trying to take the president down. And Max is like, I don't trust you, man. I don't trust you. But Kyle is keep telling him, listen, you got to help me get that mattress out. And you got to get that out and do this, that, and the third. He's manipulating him. And of course, they did take this mattress out once they had the opportunity when the first lady and the president and the press secretary were down in the Oval. That was their way of getting the mattress out. And did you notice something? Let me go back to that whole the press secretary. She was kind of rude and tough towards Donald when she stormed into his office. But then when they were in front of the president, she was all, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, yeah. And I'm like, how did her attitude change all of a sudden? Now she was talking, you notice she talked differently to Donald in front of the president. But when she was in his office prior to that, she was like rude. She was like, I need to talk to you now. Like she didn't care. But then when she got in front of the president and the first lady, she's like talking to Donald differently. Did y'all catch that? She's like, yes, yes, yes. And I have a question about this whole thing because now we going back to where are we at? We're back. Let's go on back to Denise's place where the rumble is going on because what's his name? Max has gotten rid of the mattress and he gets a phone call and it's Yuma. It's Yuma. And Yuma is telling him to come over here, don't bring back up. And he, of course, he listens to her. I don't know why he listened to her. And he comes over there looking for her, and he's doing all this. And bam, Kyle attacks him, and they have this little big old fight. They're slamming each other and tossing each other. Yuma even tries to get involved, and then she gets beat up, and he putting the hurting on her, and that's where the episode pretty much ended. It was like it was getting good too. The fight was getting good. I was like, oh shoot, they going for blows, and it stopped right there. But I was thinking, while in Denise's boutique, does Denise have children or anybody? I don't think she has children. But since Ruth is not dead, is Ruth the owner of the boutique now? Somebody has to take this boutique. Maybe Ruth can leave the cult, the Ramadushis, and go run the boutique. Just a thought. She could go run the boutique. Just a thought. Just one of the things I was thinking. I was like, that is her sister. Maybe she can come and take over the boutique, once she's done with this whole cult thing. Yeah, it was a really good episode. That's pretty much it. It looks like it's going to be crazy next week. The preview they showed, we're down to, they said 3 episodes. This episode I enjoyed it. It was a lot going on. We need to see this fight. I want to see how this fight happens. Somebody's going to get killed. Somebody has to get killed. That's what I'm thinking. And from the previews, it's looking like Kyle is coming out on top, I think. But we have to wait and see. But tell me your thoughts. What did you feel about tonight's episode? Did you enjoy it? Was it crazy? There was some funny... Oh! How could I forget this before I go on? That line... Let me see if I have it in my notes. When Donald and Kyle was talking, and Kyle said to Donald, you have a soft spot for Lily. And he said, what does it matter as long as I have a hard spot for you? I said, whoa, okay. See, it was some ringers. It was some zinging lines in this episode. I was like, whoa, okay now. Well. So it's like, yeah, this is interesting. So that's it. That's all I have. I enjoyed this episode. I'm actually looking forward to next week to see what craziness. Bring on the crazy. Bring on the drama. I want to see that. I want all of that. Go out with a bang. That's what I'm saying. Go out with a bang. I want craziness. We still need to figure out. I still want to know who killed Denise. We don't know. They got to tell us who killed Denise. They have to wrap that up. Please wrap that up. And we got to figure out what's going to happen with Yuma and Max. See, they should have just mind their business, because when it's a cover-up, don't try to play hero. Yuma, you should have stuck to your first instinct, which was to stay out of it. Now you laid out on the floor. Kyle ain't do no better. He looked like he laid out. We're going to have to wait and see. And this whole emancipation thing, so much we got to wait and see what's going to happen. That's all I got for you guys. Again, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you down in the next video. One more thing. I keep saying that's all I got. I've been exercising, y'all. I've been working out. I'm thinking about showing my progress on here. Y'all might want to see my guns out and all that. I'm working on that. I'm trying to get that physique. Let me know if y'all think y'all want to see that. You're probably like, we don't want to see that. Just keep reviewing. Nobody wants to see that. But I was thinking about doing that. That might be fun. Just show my little progress. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends about it. And I will see you all in the next video. And you all be blessed.